Hey, welcome back. Today's day two, technically, but I've done a little bit of work, so it's kind of like day two, day three ish. I've also been a little bit lazy in editing these videos and like posting them, so that's one thing. But anyways, so this video is going to be split up a little bit, but so for like this video itself, like the one you're watching right now, we're going to go ahead and go through the components of the three-in-one three-in-one solar exhaust fan that I showed last video, because this is kind of an introduction into like the first or like yeah one of the projects that I want to do, and it also has a lot of really valuable parts that I can use. For example, the solar panel. Solar panel is very juicy. I really want to use that. So we'll go ahead and take it apart, or I guess we already have. But let me show you. Let me show you what I've done. So first, starting off with the solar panel. Solar panel consisted of three main components. First, it had a frame, and the reason why it had a frame, or obviously it has a frame to like protect the solar panel, keep it in place, but more specifically, it had joints in order to like rotate back and forth to better orient itself for like specific days, specific times of the day, depending on where the sun is, right, in order to get maximum exposure. So I thought that was pretty cool. But then something that I also thought of is that this is quite impractical, right? Like people are not going to go out of their way to like readjust the solar panel. It doesn't make sense. It's not practical. So maybe I can improve on this. And we'll talk about some issues with it that I've thought about as well regarding like the solar panel exposure. But second, we have the solar panel itself. Took it apart very carefully. There was no scratches, no damage to the solar so that I can visually see. So that's very okay. Cool. Very good. Even though I kind of made a mistake, but we'll look at that. But anyways, as you can see, it's a very solid solar panel. It's a very much higher quality than the ones I actually ordered. So I'll definitely be using this, but I'm sure like the solar panel will still function itself, or like any solar panel will be fine for the projects that I'm doing. But this is really helpful to have. Now you may be noticing, why is there this one wire up here? Well, kind of messed up, kind of broke it, which is quite dumb. But thankfully, I didn't damage the solar panel itself or any of the solar cells. So replacing that connective wire won't be too difficult. Just a little bit of not even soldering, just connecting it. Not too bad. So that was successful. This is the solar panel. And the third component of this like solar panel module is just a little plate just to cover the underside of the solar panel and just keep it in place. So I can be using this as well. Maybe using this along with like a PVC like under frame. I guess like under. We'll use the water bottle as PVC, like a PVC under here, just to keep it like propped up. And this is talking just like in general, because like obviously I'm maybe using these solar panels for one of the two products that I'm thinking, like the solar exhaust fan, or like the auto watering garden. It just depends on like where I need materials, where the materials end up. But one or the other, it's a very useful thing to have. So cool. We have solar panel module. There's also another one because I ordered two. Okay. Two. Where'd the other box go? Oh, I'm an idiot. This is the other box. Okay, but anyways, now to the actual module itself. This is the actual like body of the device per se. Oh, which is covered obviously by the protective frame, which contains the three exhaust fans. One thing I do want to point out are the little knot or the little I guess grooves that they have, and I'll kind of explain what each of them are for. So the first one is circular. It's for an LED, which indicates like whether the device is on solar or USB power, which also indicates like its respective like efficiency, because obviously a USB like direct power source is much more powerful than a solar panel. So the fans would like it's reasonable to infer that the fans would work more efficiently and faster and stronger if they're relying on USB energy as opposed to solar power energy. And so that's what I found quite interesting about this, because I think this product was made in mind that it works while the car is also functioning. I could be wrong. Actually, yeah, I could be very wrong, but I'm not completely sure. But I still don't understand why there's a need for a USB port. So I might take a look at that and let you guys know in the next video if I figure that out. I should write that down, but I'll keep a mental note. Oh, but anyways, now we have the three little grooves here. Three little grooves, three fans. You could probably like make an inference on what this is about, but each of the grooves contains like a little bit of like a adjustable, not switch per se, but I guess we'll just call it a switch for lack of better words. But it just controls like the power that each fan or the strength of each fan, like respectively, which is pretty useful. And the final groove is the USB port like access, which connects to the like which obviously like allows for a USB allows for a USB port to exist. I mean, self-explanatory. And I guess it's like easier to visualize here. You see the LED where my pinky finger is. You might be asking, how do I explain this? Ooh, I should have noticed that. But you okay? The three whites are connected to each of the fans as a power source, and the one on the very left, right, like where my pointer finger is, that's actually connected to the solar panel as an alternative power source. And obviously you have the USB connector right here, which is also another power source as well. So this circuit board is quite interesting because it has two internal power sources, which I might need to like kind of rob a little bit because that's hard to make. So we have this to use. So I may be like quite literally using all most if not all the parts from this device, but just kind of like shifting them around a bit, maybe attaching them to a different model of this or of the frame because I might 3D print a different one, just to be a little bit better. And also, arguably the most important part, right, of the module is the fans itself, right? Because the fans depend or determine how efficient, how strong, basically just how good the product is, right? So I took one apart right here. It was surprisingly very difficult to take apart. I know I'm going on a little bit of a tangent, but I actually used. I wouldn't like to say modified, but like this is probably like a decent practice. But I'm proud that I figured this out. But basically, whenever I was using like this is an eyeglass like screwdriver because that's all I have access to right now. So and it's like best for the screw size as opposed to the other screwdrivers I have lying around. So, but the problem is that I wouldn't get enough torque in order to take like the very like tight screws that are in this module. In order to take them out, in order to get more torque, obviously, I basically just used the drill. Let's see what's going on. Okay, there we go. So basically, I just used the drill head, or just used the drill and made like the screwdriver act as a drill head. Let's see if it works. Yeah, there we go. I was doing it the wrong way. I forgot the videos a little bit. Actually, no, this was just me being stupid. Anyways, here you go. As you can see, it works. As you can see, I just have to align it to the screw, make sure it's steady, and do it. Now, could this have gone wrong? Yes. This is very stupid. Yes, because this can damage the drill head. As you can probably see, I'm kind of like fumbling around a bit. Or sorry, not the drill head. Just the drill itself. This acts as the drill head. But anyways, not the smartest thing in the world, but it worked. Thankfully. Would I recommend you doing this? Probably not. But I mean, if it worked, it worked. Just don't be a little bit careful when you do it. Okay. Now, so now that's that. The issue, one of the issues I'm having is that I can't take the actual like fan off the motor. So I need to figure out how to do that. Because I don't really like this fan. I think it could be definitely improved upon. Because I think four like as you can see, this is like a tri flap. Has 3 flaps. I think more could be better. I have one like in an old PC downstairs, which like obviously like oh yeah, PC fans can act like an exhaust system, right? Because like they're circulating air to cool down your system, right? So I was thinking, why don't you use PC fans? So I have old PCs, or like I have a old PC and old and a old and I don't know. But anyways, there's an old PC downstairs that I can use and take apart because there's exhaust fans, or not even exhaust fans, but there are fans that I can use like as an exhaust system. So I might do that. So that'll be another thing I'll do. Another thing I'll take apart. Because taking apart is good to build. But anyways, yeah, that's it. Actually, that's not it. I lied. So I kind of want to emphasize. Can I take? I think I could take this up. I don't want to. The where my middle finger is right now. This port is connected to the battery, right? And so what I found really interesting is that the port is connected to the battery. Sorry, the port. Wait, am I thinking this wrong? Sorry, my mistake. My mistake. Okay. How do I explain this? Okay, you can see how there's a red and black wire. That red and black wire is connected to the solar panel, but this isn't the actual power source itself. That's something I learned. The actual power source comes directly from the batteries, i.e., the batteries. No, I lied. I'm kidding. Yeah, should probably learn more. I'll probably watch a YouTube video about this. Yeah, never mind. So the battery acts as a primary source, and the solar panel acts as a secondary source. Now, I don't necessarily know why that is. It probably has to do with like just a circuitry, or that's a PCB. Okay, so I'm assuming that it's actually coded in. So just like on the actual like Arduino like PCB that I'll get, it's probably redirecting. Okay, I don't have a good explanation. I'll be completely frank. I don't know why it does it. I think I know why it does it, but I'll probably write that down and learn more about it. But honestly, I don't think it's that much of a necessity because I don't plan to include a dual power source into my project because I don't think it's necessary. It's not really what I'm going for here, but maybe we will. Maybe we will. Maybe may enhance the product. So I'll definitely keep that in mind. I don't really want to speak about it when I don't know exactly what's going on. So probably take a look at that. But anyways, this is the module that I took apart. Or I guess that's the box over there. But yeah, this was the module. This is the module. And yeah, it's pretty fun taking it apart. I recommend taking stuff apart as well in order to learn how things work. And just like also for materials, like I need these materials like kind of bad. So it's a good thing. It's a good way just to take apart like a lot of things and just take apart like one product and get a lot of things in return if that makes sense. And you get to learn stuff. So it's pretty fun. Just make sure to wear like eye goggles or something, which I didn't. But anyways, yeah, that's it. See you all in the next video. Hope you enjoyed.